Mike,
Yes.
can you name me some wise people?
Sure. Let's see. Isaac Newton, Albert Einstein, Alexander Graham Bell.
No, those are smart people.
Okay.
I mean wise people.
Okay. All right. How about Moses, Daniel, Deborah, the judge? The list can go on and on.
Good. Those last ones are Bible characters. If I were to say, name a king of Israel who was the wisest of all, what name would come to mind?
Oh, well, that's easy. Solomon.
He didn't start off being the wisest of all, but he was smart enough to know that he was too young to rule well, so he asked God for wisdom.
Oh, yes, that's a great account. It was a great start to his 40-year reign over Israel.
Let's tell the account, shall we?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
After the death of his father David, King Solomon inherited a powerful empire. The ancient tabernacle had been moved to Gibeon, a few miles northwest of Jerusalem. Early in his reign, Solomon went there to offer a great sacrifice to the Lord. That night, the Lord appeared to Solomon in a dream, and God said, "What do you want? Ask, and I will give it to you." Solomon began by showing that he was thankful for all God had done for David, his father. God had kept David safe through many dangers, had made him king of Israel, and had helped him defeat his enemies and build a great empire. He'd also given him children, including Solomon, to take his place as king. King Solomon was to guide and direct a whole nation, more people than he could count. He knew that he could not rule them well without help from God. He asked God, "Give me the wisdom and knowledge to lead them properly, for who could possibly govern this great people of yours?" This was Solomon's greatest wish. He wanted the knowledge and wisdom to rule his people well, to know what was right and what was wrong. The Lord was pleased because Solomon wasn't selfish. He was thinking of the people. If Solomon had been thinking of himself, he might have asked to be allowed to live and rule a long time. He had inherited wealth from his father, but rich people often want more riches, and kings generally wish destruction upon their enemies. However, Solomon wanted what was good for his people. They needed a king wise enough to rule justly. Solomon got what he asked for. He was wiser than anyone before or after. Thousands of years have passed, and still he is thought of as the wisest man who ever lived. God gave Solomon many things for which he did not ask. In riches as well as wisdom, he was greater than all the other kings of the earth. The whole world honored him by coming to hear his wisdom and bringing him costly gifts. God also offered a long life, but there was a condition with this promise. Solomon was to obey God's laws, as his father David had done. Solomon could have asked for anything, like money, power, or a long life. But he wanted to be a good king, which is why he asked God for wisdom.
Wisdom is knowing what to do with your knowledge.
Yeah.
Wisdom is making good choices based on what you know. Wisdom is knowing to do the right thing and doing it.
While none of us may ever be as wise as King Solomon, we can all access the same source of wisdom that Solomon used. God gave us his word, the Bible, so we can learn what his plans are for our lives. By learning what God has to say to us, we can make better choices. We do the right thing when everyone else makes the wrong choice. We treat others fairly. We choose honesty over dishonesty.
Now, we do need to mention that Solomon didn't always make the wise choice.
That's true.
But that's another story. We hope you've enjoyed our first journey walking in wisdom. Stay tuned for more, and thanks so much for watching.
Bye everybody.
Everyone.